like switching around the carries and all that. Even the solo laners, right? They like to play Yom though, which is like a popular pick, right? But actually insane.
65% win ratio? I didn't know that for Baskin versus
Actually
That's
insane.
definitely interesting for me. Now, Baskin was a member, funny enough, of that Armada team that we saw earlier on this year too. But Baskin's definitely been a talked about player for a very long time, Anatoly. Why and what is it that he brings that so many people favor?
He can do early game, he could do mid game, late game. It doesn't really matter. He can take a losing matchup and turn it on its head. You can't
Freya's
really
been off as well. We can see the stats here real soon.
Out of the cactus wherever he can find it. So Baskin is one of these players that'll make the comebacks even when behind.
There's definitely a talking point though with Baskin and the fact that at big tournaments, at World Championships and such, he's failed to find the form that we've seen out of him through the regular season. Do you think that could be an issue for Splyce and Baskin here today?
I don't think so, because in Season 3 and Season 4, that was when he was transitioning into the mid role, so that was just a rough transition. I think that his true natural position is in that solo lane, and that's where his strength lies.
Do you guys think Splyce will win because Baskin and Stream knows some other strats?
Obviously, the rest of this squad has been well.
I mean,
two remnants of the
they're not gonna play each other, I think.
Is that dual laner of Aurora and Cyclone?
I'm not sure they're gonna play each other.
The fact they've got Scream and Venenu,
except to get in finals, right?
Themselves as well. They've been pretty good performances over the years too.
It seems that the synergy is clicking for sure. Venenu, the Season 4 MVP, with Scream as well being his jungler. So even though that those four players haven't had a championship
actually insane, dude.
In separate years, the North Americans now collectively together.
It's funny because it brings back the whole conversation again. If Baskin hasn't won a world championship, but the other four members of his team have, maybe this is a chance for the MSI victory, though, especially with Rival just being eliminated. It makes it a little bit easier.
What's the prize pool for MSI?
To maybe find their way to the final. Let's find out, though, how Splyce feel about their fight today.
Thanks, guys. I've got Baskin with me here from Splyce. Baskin, we got to start with what we just watched, right? You've been saying Meerkat's been dominant forever on Twitter. Are you surprised at all by what you saw?
No, I mean, it was a best of 3, so obviously there was some chance that Rival could have upset Armada, but I thought it was a pretty low chance, you know.
Yo, Mick Co, thank you for the Prime sub, man. I appreciate that.
So,
it's 200k? No way. You hate this water? It's sparkling water. It just instead of drinking soda, I'm trying to drink this.
Let's talk about your set, though. I mean, after a set like that, where the bottom seed does end up getting the win, does it kind of refocus you? Like, okay, we really have to be locked in, even though we've been playing well coming into this.
Yeah, especially versus Eunited, because our set versus Eunited, we definitely should have lost one of the games, Game 3, where we got super far behind.
What's it still? You hate sparkling water? I don't like it that much, but it's just...
not gonna underestimate them or anything.
I just drink it to stay hydrated. Instead of drinking... I cannot drink too much normal water. I have easy time drinking this.
I mean, there's still been the kind of frenzy objective play that you guys like, but some picks are getting a little bit weird. Do you think that you guys have adjusted your game plan at all?
No, I wouldn't say we adjusted our game plan. I think it's not really the meta changing. I think every team is just bringing something a little bit different to every game. Obviously, Armada just was spamming early pressure, but I think every single team has a kind of a different game plan. So I don't think it's necessarily changing. I think just as we see more teams play.
I don't think I think the one thing with Armada now is that the games that they play tomorrow is that people have a plan going into what they're actually
talk a little bit about Splyce today.
what they're actually doing.
Any changes based off what they've seen so far, and I think the good talking point about the meta discussion there. Generally at LAN, Solly, we always do see some sort of LAN meta get established and then come to fruition by finals.
It definitely has been the case so far with the best of 5s. In the best of 3, you have less time to do it, but now it's time for experimentation. But not experimentation, but just the curveballs that you've been preparing for to throw your enemy for a loop. We saw what Armada did up against Rival. The question is, can Eunited throw a curveball at Splyce? Because they did lose that set against Splyce 0-3.
0-3 as well, and that's a big talking point on that. The fact that they took all 3 games straight in a row with best of 5 situation. But here, it's only a best of 3. Now, Baskin did touch on that. Technically, with only best of 3, it's a little bit easier to maybe find a 2-0 here. Well, United, though, they are getting themselves prepared, and we should move right because, well, it's been an interesting year for this United team. I think a lot of people have let them just slowly fly under the radar as a dark horse.
They started off really hot. They
drink tap water? I just can't drink that much water if I do tap water.
That was enough to qualify to the SPL, but they still managed to close out relatively well by finding the win over Renegades, also against Dignitas. Yeah. That was an impressive victory. That is good momentum going into this set, but that loss against Splyce, what have they done to falter that mistake?
And speaking a little bit about Eunited some more here. I'm interested in the basically the core of this
Unlucky.
Eunited team. Big Man Tings, Ice Baby, and Callus. Now,
Who's gonna win?
Chat. Played together for a long time.
Eunited or United? Eunited, United. Eunited or Splyce?
But how has BMT managed to fit into this little trio?
He's been a great addition, honestly, from his start in Season 3 with Fnatic all the way till now. He has a very flexible god pool. I think in the 35 games that they've played, Big Man Tings has played something between 13 to 15 different gods in that lane.
So he's quite flexible as well, and that's something you're looking for in him.
I do believe Splyce winning as well.
I'm definitely interested to see how the start of this game goes off with both these teams seems to have very similar projections in terms of their picks and bans mentality, correct?
Some of them. I don't think that Hunters are going to differ too much, but every other role is going to change quite fast. I think that Aurora and Callus, outside of the Fafnir and the Terra, they don't really have the same style, where Aurora's going to play the Hercules a lot. We might see some Capri from Callus from time to time.
The only thing I'm interested in is, well, Big Man Tings here. Do you reckon he's going to play many of the Hunters? Because we've seen a lot of more Hunters towards the middle area here. Now, Emilito in the dual lane is definitely someone that can favor the magical Chrono specifically if it's available to him. So would that mean that we maybe see BMT play some more Hunters?
If the Musenkov is available. Otherwise, I'm expecting him to stick to his traditional mages. He's had the most played gods on the Ryzen in the first phase.
Well, speaking about Big Man Tings, he's standing by with aggro now for an interview.
I've got Big Man Tings, the mid laner here for Eunited. Tings, you guys just played against Splyce pretty recently, and despite it being a 3-0, a lot of those games pretty close. The one, obviously, a huge lead for you guys. Does even losing 3-0, but in that sort of fashion where every game is kind of close?
Who do you think is the players that's been like playing the best,
sure. I mean,
being the most standout for you guys?
Able to play to the best of our ability, and we ended up throwing mainly that game 3, which is very.
Armada won a set. They did.
I'd say at the time, but yeah, we knew what mistakes we made, and we worked on them within the weeks of scrims we had. So hopefully it won't happen again.
I mean, the last set was so revolved around early pressure, but a lot of the games so far here at MSI have kind of been revolved around that. You guys have that potential. That's what you did against Splyce in 3. But also
I feel like you played poorly yesterday, though.
Which do you think is kind of more?
I think Detroit from Sanguine, he's been popping off.
I feel like it kind of just depends on what we.
I think Layer's been playing pretty well as well.
Has late game FG fights and early game pressure, so
Layers.
We've kind of played both.
Layers, Detroit, solo troll,
and we'll just have to see what we work out today.
A lot of hype around you in particular. A lot of people saying that you're a rising star in the mid lane. Do you feel like that something extra has clicked for you this year, or it's just with these guys surrounding you, you've been able to step up?
I feel like I've always been a confident player myself.
What's the TMP?
This
third in the spell? Yeah, third seed.
So they just enable me and let me.
They're playing the last set today.
Play and how I want to play, and it seems to be working out so far.
Working out so far. Hopefully it works out against Splyce as well. Good luck, man, in the set. We'll throw it back to you guys on the desk.
Thanks so much. That was aggro with Big Man Tings, the mid laner from Eunited. I think a lot of the teams here today may be a little bit shell-shocked with how the start of today has begun. And I think that's why a lot of them are going to be a little bit more composed going into this set with a point to prove, with a real opportunity now with the #1 team being taken out.
That's very true. With Rival out of the equation, that this set becomes the important one. Because
I mean, Rival out. This is what like who's going to win the tournament now?
Finals for whoever wins this one up against Armada, but you can never count out Armada after that last set. So you got to take it one set at a time, one game at a time in this best of 3.
And we'll see exactly how this one plays out between the two, because picks and bans will be really momentarily as those guys get themselves set up. I think we'll see AMC bans more than likely here.
From the second pick, probably. I don't expect that to be left open. It just has so much pushing power to the point where you're losing so many buffs. We've seen what happened when you're losing the buffs in the last set. It wasn't because of the Musenkov, because that one was stripped away, but it was just about the sheer
what bans are we expecting
between the double blinks.
Well, so far in this tournament, boys and girls, the main thing we've really seen has the rise of Guan Yu and Set are the two gods that are definitely the ones that are sticking out in my mind. It's not necessarily surprise for the audience at home to see those get played, but they are getting a bit of better play than we expected, I feel.
I'm not sure if that's going to be translated to the rest of the SPL teams. That might have been just an Armada special.
Freya, there's a red ban.
Prepared in their games. If anything, it's revealing.
I guess red is kind of like a throwaway ban.
What they needed to do is going to have it banned from them in the rest of this tournament.
Well, if you're banning Guan Yu, I'm okay with that, because it means there's going to be other things available. Splyce, though. There's Kabom on your screen with his little notebook to keep track of what the plan's going to be here. So far, it's Ratatoska and Merlin taken away, so a shot towards Big Man Tings and towards that man on your screen there, Ice Ice Baby. United, though, take away Freya. Kronos is available currently, and I'm pretty sure it could be something that gets left open here, because I think both teams would value it.
Kronos, Merlin, and Musinkob, Naja, those are the four probably go-to candidate first picks for Splyce. I'm probably leaning more towards the Jormungandr for Baskin to be able to really control that matchup and make these world rotations.
Two-time world champion on your screen there, Emelito from the Hunter position. Brand new team from this year, and that old energy roster performed so well over the years. They've all gone their separate ways now and trying to prove a point. Most of them still in the tournament so far. We'll see how they go here as the boys of United really take their time with this next ban. You'd think at this moment they're really trying to work out what Splyce's game plan is, or is it more to do with what they're going to get as the 2 picks in response?
It's whatever they really don't want to deal with. Do they really not want to deal with the Musinkob, or do they really not want to deal with the Jormungandr? Maybe leave the Kronos open, because there are ways to kind of handle the Kronos.
Freya is just insane.
Splyce do lock it in. At least you know for sure.
Freya is just insane dueling pressure,
so Emelito can
which means they can get pressure from that. She gets rotations. She invades pill buffs. She's getting a lot of farm. She's hard to box. It's just like so hard to do anything against.
Combat, which is something we don't talk too much about, but it does mean that you don't get to blink initiate as often because bees are such an issue.
It is going to be annoying to find a way to penetrate that backline up against
Kronos to Emil. Yeah, that's our early Amy. Maybe they're already expecting Splyce to pick something, so they pick the Amy. But they could also flex the Amy to support, even jungle and solo. But I don't expect a jungle Amy. I think Amy is way too early. Because Sanku does pretty good into Amy as well.
Splyce's favor, Baskin has shown the true strength from Amaterasu, so they're a little worried about the late game power from Splyce. Yes, this is late game between Amaterasu and Kronos, but United are no strangers to getting to that late game.
Well, it's no surprise we didn't really touch on the Kronos pick there, but we've already expected that to go into the hands of Emelito. He's pretty much got a skin based off his performances on that god. Splyce having a good long think here. Naja is going to be the selection. Definitely viable for the support role or the junglers where we see it most of the time. But that Kumbhakana will give me the idea that it's definitely not going to be a support Naja. Aurora has been piloting this a lot just lately.
And he's definitely been running level 1 Blink almost every game exclusively on any support that he's played. And between him engaging, forcing purification beads, expect Scream to follow up on the Naja.
We see that Chak hover there, and funny enough, the last time I saw a Chak get picked up in the mid lane was Big Man Tings, and that's why I'm saying that, because I think it's a possibility they look towards this here. I'm not fully invested in it just yet, as instead they'll switch up to Horus. So that's giving me the idea that Amaterasu is in the solo here.
It seems that way. Chak would have been really surprising to me.
Yeah, me too.
Final K did bring it out that one time in the soul lane, but Rival didn't really win it because of the Chak anyway. It's great for anti-attack speed, but I think Horus provides
this is fucking crazy, dude.
Utility in terms of the
Poseidon gets banned from United. I actually thought they're going to pick it.
Horus is not the greatest in the laning phase. His clear's a little bit lackluster, and that's one of the reasons we can expect
because they had next pick, yeah.
Role more often than not. United will take away the Poseidon, obviously.
Is the ball must in the meta? I agree. Fuck good meta.
Krakens too. Splyce take out the Darji.
Surprised that they don't actually lock in the Poseidon for themselves, knowing United have the next pick, but knowing Big Man Tings, he likes his Raijin from time to time. Could be the next go-to for United.
At the same time, though, you say Poseidon for United, I can see it, but then they would be a little bit magical damage heavy there, wouldn't they, in terms of their burst?
Sure, but like Amaterasu has great late game damage as well, just to amplify the magical damage with her passive 10% extra damage received. I was expecting maybe a Shaman's Ring being picked up by both those magical damage dealers anyway, so I'm not super worried.
Darja wrecked the ban, so there's got up United jungles. There's a lot of jungles talking now. Oh, Mercury. Mercury into Kumba Nisha. Is Tim Bann's going to compare to I don't think it is, but I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Global pressure never a bad thing. It's not as reliable compared to the Thors, the Thanatoses, and the Ratatouilles.
I'm not sure.
Since you have
I think it's only in rank for now.
Path to be able to
you don't remember correctly.
Use the Sonic Boom, but it can definitely catch the opponent slipping with how fast that Sonic Boom is delivered.
We'll see how that works out for them then. Because Splyce have 2 more picks, and the Morrigan is available. level. Veneno, a great pilot of that god towards the mid lane there, so no real surprises. But will it be the Morrigan in
Next
mid
level
on the
is mid-season
duo
patch?
lane?
Yeah, but I think
That's
it's
the
only for
question I'll
ranked.
ask you, 'cause we've seen some
Still.
Morrigan in the duo
I think they
lane
said that
as well.
yesterday.
I'm
not sure though, but I think they said
I
it.
wouldn't be surprised if Cyclone Spin plays the Morrigan, depending on how Splyce have
Force into
prepared
4?
for
Broken,
Eunited
dude.
today, but
Broken.
I think it's better to play it safe and run a Moosencop against Chronos in that dual lane. You're gonna have more pushing power.
What is the coach in the booth doing?
Okay,
No, you cannot talk with the players meanwhile. If you after you're in the booth, wait, like in pick and bans, the coach is in there, and he's saying like what to focus on this game, probably where to ward early game, and what like help with pick and bans. After pick and bans, he has to leave, go into the coach booth, and then he can just listen to the team play. He can't say anything, and then he's gonna help out after the game.
Was up this whole time, neither team selecting that one. I think Vamana provides.
And then after the game, he's gonna pull out like a few mistakes here and there, and then help it pick and bans again.
For the knockup. If Chronos time stops you, you just go into the Colossal Fury and keep going.
A couple of attack speed slows on the side of Splyce when you think about it too. Kumbhakana and Vamana do get a bit of attack speed slows, and that's going to be impactful against the likes of a Chronos here, who is looking to try and, well, go fast.
Or even the Mercury, if you're stuck in a 1v1 against him, you're building physical defense.
Competitive play will also be using this new ban system, but options will still exist in custom to use previous and lower ban systems.
Jungle ganks.
And there
Oh,
comes the
then that's
Cross,
confirmed.
more than likely for the mid lane there. Big man
I'm in the Smite Pro Discord. I'm not sure if it's like.
How do you feel about these compositions, Totally? I'm still not sure either way at the moment.
If they say that in the patch notes, then it's confirmed. But there's like there's a bit of questions if it should be in competitive or not. But I would say it should be in competitive as well. But I just remember there's like a lot of like disagreement with it. That's in patch notes, yeah, exactly. So it's probably confirmed now.
Right, like this is an early game focus out of Splyce. The only late game I'm really seeing is like
Splyce with Vamana there is nice. Vamana is somewhat good into Amy because you can basically do the same as Amy can.
Maybe coming, not just that, there's still going to be a Mercury in the jungle. So early game, let's see if Splyce can take off, and if they don't, there's a good chance United can transition well.
It's very possible. I think United need to protect that backline, and that's why they did draft the
They does anyone more ban? Yeah, and less ban time, but more bang time or something.
Do their own job.
Okay, Tolly, if you had to pick right now, who's winning game one?
I think United. I honestly do. I like their draft a little bit more.
I see United win as well.
Is the key for me because Baskin really likes this goddess. He's run it before in the past, and it's up to Benji to show Baskin who's the better soul laner today.
It's been an interesting tournament so far. Let's get into it. Then it's Splyce up against the United. Tom and Taco are standing by.
Interesting to say the least, Hindu man. Tom and Taco
10 bans are all, exactly.
Gonna be on the observation.
3 bans first phase and 2 bans second phase. So
Splyce and United will be taking the field.
what's the Jack? That's good.
Matter of moments. A little brief pause while we get everything sorted out. But Basket on the Vamana should be an interesting look for sure. And as we fix everything, we'll see how these teams kind of fix themselves as they get ready to play. Because honestly, Taco, I really like Tolly's analysis up until he picked the team. When I look at what Splyce have drafted, and I know the capability of the individuals, I'm really high on these Najah picks, these Vamana picks. How you feel?
But there's a ton of, I think, AoE control from Eunited that could be very concerning for Splyce's current draft because they might have to get
Taco flexing? She is.
And it could be difficult to close the gap when there's an Outwash ultimate kind of filling the space in between.
Cyclone decent land. You probably have to read out the sounds or something.
When it comes time to Siege, when teams start going in that direction towards the end game, but you heard the early game thoughts process from Hindu Man. Yeah, man, if Scream gets off on that Najah, that could be pretty dire. So definitely got to watch out for that one. And that's what we'll do right now.
But wait, doesn't she draw them
I
just?
want to give a shout out to Ice Ice Baby.
I think she's just drawing them, right? Or does she have?
Kind of a legacy pick. We don't
I guess she has
see too much
eyebrows
of her
without drawing
anymore,
them as well.
But Ice Ice will be bringing them out.
Definitely a battle of the hyper carries though between Ice Ice Baby and Scream.
I don't know.
Really, it all just depends on who gets the better initiation.
Just pluck them for her. I think she. I'm pretty sure she wants them to be like that, right?
Those two is concerned though, might have to give a little bit of an edge to Scream throughout the early to mid game, but United are aware of the pressure that Splyce is.
Morrigan they carry, interesting.
They're kind of tentatively placed around their buffs.
Webcam.
Exactly.
Excuse
we saw
me?
Splyce, the 5-man group up, just kind of peeking into United's jungle, not really committing, backing off, and then changing their mind.
United probably just started blue buff.
More defensive set.
Splyce does have a ward on it.
Cyclone spin. Playing the oddball ADC.
They're fine with us clearing the wave and then
Very strange
do
stuff
their own
from
debuff
Snoopy,
after.
which, to be fair, weird stuff in the carry role is kind of Snoopy's go-to option, and Cyclone Spin might just be the number 2 in that category. Bringing out the Morgan is not as crazy, I think, as a lot of people might seem.
I think that Zapman has kind of put Morgan a little bit more so on the map in
For
this
sure.
split, or at least in Season 6. That's how it feels, because Cyclone, I think, has decent kill potential with this Morgan selection, and especially when you factor in how difficult it can be to kill a Chronos in general, Morgan might just be
ASMR
the solution
eyebrow
that
plucking
Splyce
stream.
needed for the first answer.
You would like that,
I
eh?
love the transition. Big Man Ting's
That's beats there. That's insane.
That's gonna be it. Was that beats? That was beats. Big Man Ting's uses the beats.
Oh, ich will da ringt das so interesting.
Probably thought the Venenu was a little bit closer and didn't want to get hit by any of the swarm damage too soon.
Yeah, swarm and a slow, and you're just op watch kind of lurching your way over there to mid lane.
I think it's fun the beats there.
You know,
Like,
it's interesting. Something that, you know, doesn't affect the game. We've largely changed our terminology. That carry roll, a little bit of a scrum in the mid lane. Big Man Ting, oh, he's dead. He's so dead. Venenu confirms it. Aurora stops the low mobility mid laner right there in the mid lane. Easy.
And that's exactly why Scream was so intent on trying to pull the purification beats from Big Man Tings early on.
But who got a kill?
Not feel as though Splyce
AMC
has
got a
the
kill.
potential. You
Oh
have
my
to factor
god,
in the
because of the Kumba blink,
part
yeah?
of that route is the kind of setup you need
Crazy.
against the lack of mobility of an Outwash.
Exactly. You want to punish that low mobility.
I need to go be right back for like 5 minutes soon.
At all points
when
in
my
the
dad
game,
comes
but
home.
it's easiest in that early point when he just has less options available.
You know what to
No
root
point
for?
really ever get a leap, a jump, or a dash.
I'm probably with Splyce.
Definitely heal himself.
I mean, I don't really care who
And
wins.
depending on how quickly Scream
I like
can
both teams. I
try
like
and farm his way
all the
up to
players
level
from
5,
both teams
there's
as well.
a chance that Splyce might be able to look for another pick against Big Man Tings before he has a chance to hit level 5, or before he even has a chance to have his beads back up off cooldown. I mean, a minute and a half is a relatively long time in these mid lane engagements.
Looking over here at the short side, Benji versus Baskin, and I like this.
I think it's gonna be a boring lane and
a
aiming
lot of
to
people would agree.
the
Baskin
mana.
simply outclasses the majority of people that have ever played solo lane. And so when you look at this matchup, when you see Basket, it's kind of, you know, almost a throwaway. Benji is one of the players, one of the few players on the planet that I think can match Basket.
Do you like Splyce after they got
And so this
Venenu,
matchup
Scream
is
and
interesting.
Baskin?
Like
Or they liked the old team?
Benji also
The
knows
team that went
Baskin,
well
I
was...
think, a little bit better
Exactly.
than most solo laners. Have to remember that once upon a time ago, Baskin's primary role in competitive play was solo, and
I still
Benji
think of
was
him
one of
as
the
a
first
solo.
solo laners he had to start practicing against. And that was right around the time period where, for a moment, people were starting to wonder if Benji might just be the outright best solo laner in the world. And he's definitely gone through his iterations of highs and lows, usually a little bit more.
Yeah, this new
centered
team?
around where the
Yeah, I like it
success
as well.
is at, but Benji with this amount of Rasu,
The only one I actually don't think is
purely for the team fight potential.
Absolutely.
is like
You don't clear with
the
Amaterasu
best but
until
still
level
being decent
8,
is Venenu.
9, and it's one of the few
I feel like he was
characters that actually exists in
so
this
fucking
lane
good,
without
and
a
then
Glad
like
Zerker shield,
here
right?
when
You can go different options here,
in like in
which is also
in the end that
another
of the
side
split,
it.
it's like I feel like it's just fallen off for some reason.
Varied itemization for sure.
Who I'm really trying to keep an eye on
Because
here, though,
I think
is
he's like an
Ice
insane
Ice
player.
Because these sonic booms
Big fan of
are
Baskin?
super
Oh yeah, I
difficult
love
to
Baskin as well.
launch,
He's super
depending
nice.
on whether or not he's actually able to catch this Morgan out, and already starting to run down the lane of Duo. Maybe not trying to get spot out in the jungle, just in case somebody from Splyce is going deep for those back.
I don't think they can kill Morrigan.
Hugging behind the T1 tower wall. He wants blood and he wants it against Cyclone, but Cyclone's just heading back to base. There's nothing left for Ice Ice Baby to farm, and
Unlucky.
now it's just a
Just had a bad streak? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I do believe that Venenu can
Honestly,
easily make it back though.
Ice Ice doesn't lose too much.
Baskin played mid in season 4, yeah.
Anyway.
he's waiting for the buffs to spawn.
Yep.
So it's
Maybe even season
if we
5.
get it,
I'm
awesome.
not sure.
If we don't, well, nothing you can really do about it.
Here's the thing
Yeah, he
that
played season 5
that I
as well.
find interesting there. Cyclone just backs, knowing that the jungler hits 5. This is Mercury. It's 2019. We've seen this gank a lot. Does Cyclone kind of read and predict that, or did it just so happen that he was going back at that moment?
I'm expecting Cyclone's positioning to start to shift now that he knows Ice Ice Baby is level 5. We'll probably start to see him hover more towards the right side, closer to the jungle.
Doing backhand here as well.
structures, Because if you stick a
Was it
little
bit
bit
of
too
Talaria
far
nerfs?
to the
I hate
left-hand
Talaria
side
boots.
of that wall and just hug the
They're
bars,
good for most junglers, but I still hate them.
Just Mercury having very clear
Sure.
vision
So I'm
on
glad
him,
they get
even if
nerfed.
he misses the sonic boom, the fact that you're still that far out in the lane as opposed to the jungle where you can try to actually look for a quick get-away with the Morgan invis.
And of course, you got the follow-up crowd control coming out from Mercury as well.
It all depends. Special delivery can be kind of tough to hit because
There it is.
I would almost always anticipate Cyclone to pop beads if necessary and just disappear.
The going back to the idea of the Morrigan here, you know, Snoopy we just saw play 2, not interesting. You know, the game didn't change because we changed terminology, right? We stopped calling that position Hunter. Now we call it
Was he an
Carry
Eager? Wait, Eager got stopped since season 3, right?
And I think that's important to the core of the game.
I think so.
Open your brain outside of this Hunter position and bring Vulcan, Set, the Morrigan. Hunters have their spot, and you absolutely should play them. Shoutouts to AMC, but you're playing carry, and you should
Eager is like
open
very
your
old
mind there, as a lot of our players have done this mid-season invitation.
Well, that's part of the fun, though, of Season 6 Smite, where it feels like just about any and every composition can work. All just depends on what strengths you're trying to cater towards. And looking at Splyce, they have Eunited shoved so far back whenever they have presence in their lanes. And I'm almost starting to wonder if Splyce is trying to gear up for some possible buff invades. I would definitely like to see them go.
Dude, Basket is already starting to invade now. He's showing dominance. He still has ultimate, so they're probably looking for the blue buff here. I remember Basket played on Eunited as mid lane.
Pressure in the push is concerned, and because of that, they've earned themselves a decent 1,000 gold lead, likely from gold denied over there on the solo side.
Oh, the ultimate.
From Scream,
Gonna kill him? I'm not sure.
80%. Basket on the bottom brings him down.
They got beats though.
40. And that's all the team needs to open up the blue buff door. Benji gonna pop an ultimate as well. Baskin doesn't trade his out.
They didn't get the blue buff.
Big Man Tings makes this a 4
They can waste a lot of time here. Oh my god. Basket got blue buff.
Last hit goes to the mid lane mage.
Ultimate after, ultimate after. I don't think they kill him. Nisha got do blue buff instantly. Nisha should go do blue buff. Not too bad, honestly. They can't kill him, can they? Oh, and Nisha should do blue buff. Nice. Not the worst. They get double blue buff for a raw dead, plus they get a lot of ultimates, plus beats on Mercury.
And with that being said, Eunited still trailing ever so slightly behind Splyce, but proving that they're not going to let Splyce do whatever they want in their jungle.
A little bit rough play there from Scream. Naja does a lot of... When we talk about Naja's early game, it's not ultimate into big damage. Windfire Wheels needs the power and the critical strike online. When you're looking for the early game stuff, it's ring toss, it's the stun from the artillery sash. Scream raw ulting that. I don't know, man.
But it looked cool.
It did look cool.
It looked super cool.
The
timing was impeccable. I mean,
it was.
He had he read Ice Ace Baby like a book.
Yep.
He knew he was coming from around that corner, and I think that...
Yeah, maybe stunning first. The ring toss wouldn't have done much, but if you stun first, then Merc is gonna beat. That's kind of the problem.
It's a big deal. It's about sending a message, right?
And looking cool. Trust me, the style points is really
absolutely
the pro bono there.
I mean, Solo or Troll played fantastically last set. You know why?
The best.
He's got the gold Jordans on.
I haven't seen him in a long time. I wonder what
he's
doing now.
Jordans.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Hell yeah, man. That's what it's all about. Splyce
I don't know
trying
what
to
he's
make
doing
Eunited
now.
feel not so good. As they steal away the speed buff. 2 versus 4. Baskin gets silenced out after the dash. That's an important point. Baskin actually looks more nervous than usual, but I think he's out.
But look at what Venenu and Cyclone are doing in response. They've just been farming out the other side of the map. That red buff having been stripped away as well from Big Man.
Venenu's farming, but he's just at 9.
United, it's nothing drastic just yet, but it could start to build up. It's already.
Is this he's on Splyce on the wiki? Wait, who?
To now, Splyce having a fairly comfortable 1,200 over Eunited.
Dude, it's so fucking hot in here.
The experience gaps that are starting to develop that can become concerning here for Eunited.
That's the big deal, and again, just to reiterate, one of the finer points of the game is the amount of experience and gold that you get per the camp. If you're on the opponent's side of the map, so the invades, they're actually they're worth less golden experience. But the more important point is that you are denied
the best? No. He's not around Smite anymore.
defense.
I feel like.
So like you mentioned, Splyce are invading, but more importantly, they're invading and getting their own buffs at the same time.
Well, Splyce have just
I feel like at least
distracted Eunited so well with this solo lane pressure that it kind of falsely baited Eunited into believing that their duo side of the map was going to be safe and sound. And all the while, I think that this is really what Splyce were truly after, was control of the duo side.
I'm not
of the map.
sure.
I mean, Gold Fury is the big map objective.
I wouldn't see why he should beat this up. I don't think he plays Smite.
Very heavy control as well over those left and right side mid harpies. I think only
Best on
Smite
Smite.
have I seen United actually been able to successfully challenge.
He hasn't tweeted anything since 2018.
Interesting. I just noticed this. Wolf's trying to get out, but blink for blink and we're good. You know, I know we just saw Snoopy win a set with Vulcan ADC, but I'm pretty sure it's not like 2016. Ice Baby bought Golden Blade on the Merc. Now it's interesting because it doesn't have the interaction with Mage look like it used to, but still an item you want to see?
Still factors in with his passive, but Ice Baby probably not too happy with Baskin on yet another successful buff strip away. 3 members of United now dancing around this Vamana, but this
Dude,
is
Baskin is just so fucking over it all.
Looking one direction while Splyce do all the dirt.
He's gonna make the blue buff as well.
Another red buff invade as well, and that goes that
and
direction.
blue.
Man, Baskin, that's what I'm talking about. He is just
annoying.
Yeah, he's just jungle right side, solo lane. He's kind of playing 2 positions right now and doing well at it. Blackthorn going to give him some nice stats as well as whatever breastplate he goes into. Yeah, that's going to be Thieves.
Benji wants an opportunity to reply, but with Scream nearby, 2v1 just not looking super favorable for the Amaterasu. Splyce also rather aggressive in position.
Fuck yeah, man.
Local to the area if
Baskin is so fucking good at invading and knowing when to proxy.
Really have much of an opportunity to try and outconfirm their
What's up,
proxy.
Ola? How's everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good, man.
Compared in the 1v1 matchups across each of the roles.
I'm getting pretty fucked by sitting in this room because it gets so hot in here. And I think that's one of the reasons I end up getting tired pretty fast.
They've got the buff secure. Big man Ting
sitting in the seat, it's like taking a lot of energy.
Denial. Not this situation.
Early wing bait from Scream, but I like it.
United when it comes time for the larger objectives, but you know, if Big Man Ting is dropping all his damage and his ultimate on a red buff, that just opens up the Gold Fury, the larger objectives for Splyce. So these small invades are going to be very, very successful for Splyce, and right now have proven to be, as they're an even 2,000
Been back to the US end of July, hopefully. Haven't ordered a ticket yet.
Hold a candle for Eunited.
It's not me who has to order it as well, so.
Because when Big Man Ting is able to just dump truck everything, that will be a lot different from these engagements that we're seeing from Splyce.
Ice Baby, though, finally going to get a chance to defend his buffs, but this could be trouble for United. 3 members grouped up around this speed buff with Baskin coming to interfere, and all of Splyce are going to head straight to this Gold Fury as a result.
Mwah. This is conditioning. This is classic. This is
straight to LG house? Not for the first day. I don't have any plan actually. But probably not for the first day, no.
It is not going to go for it. However, the ultimate from Scream.
It's not even because it's that hot, it's just like my room gets extremely hot. But yeah, I would be going to the LG house to get the most best practice.
By himself, Kala's being pushed up by Emilito.
Mesh office chair? I mean, I would like a proper office chair, but I don't have money for that. Like, a proper office chair is pretty expensive. Also, I get like a sweaty ass in this seat. I bet this chair though. Respawn chair.
Can't just stand around idly when there's a sonic boom.
I bet a chair like this, so you can find it.
Softly disengage, but I don't think that they're quite ready to give up this Gold Fury just yet. Still hovering around in the mid lane. The Scream, then and Aurora. And
it has like a thing so you don't get like really sweaty. I don't know what the chair is called though.
Out just a little bit. There's a jump to the teammate. Emilito gets the rewind, but the rest of Splyce is here waiting for the magical ADC. Scream dealing the damage slowly, but great ultimate from Big Man Ting saves his carry. Unlikely that Kalas will have the same luxury. He does not.
Scream got the kill. Baskin is just being straight up annoying again. 2 levels ahead now. This chair is like there's holes in it. You don't get like a sweaty ass or anything. It's actually been super nice to have. And that's not only like, I'm not sponsored by Respawn or anything anymore, but that chair is actually really good.
And that's just what I was saying. It didn't come by way of red buff invade, but it came by way of getting away from whatever was happening in the jungle. Big Man Tings drops his dump truck, and there's nothing else available for the Gold Fury defense. Benji a little bit deep by himself here, trying to match Baskin. Scream's gonna grab the perfectly timed ultimate as soon as the CC immunity was done.
Fuck the Dodgers, I agree.
To the sun. And a roar.
Benji is dead here.
Finish this one off. Venenu. It's the last hit off the assist of everyone.
Only difference is Baskin's doing the exact same thing as Benji.
Dude, Baskin is his feet ahead now.
In the big baby form means that Eunited won't be able to find a pick response on Splyce's solo. And Benji, I definitely respect the decision to look for the invade there, but might have been a little bit too lately timed.
I feel that.
Merc is gonna be so shit this game as well. Like, I don't like Merc when he gets behind. It feels like it's so shit.
And trying to put in as much poke as he can onto this T2 tower.
He's got a ton of protections, which translates to power, and a ton of CDR as well.
Blackthorn Hammer.
I mean, Baskin is OP.
Valor combined is going to give him that 30% cooldown reduction. That
Baskin is OP.
Vermonters definitely love to try and abuse on the squishier god. So mostly keeping an eye on Big Man Tings as this game continues to develop, because I would have to expect that Baskin is going to be the designated outwash babysitter that he never asked for.
Yeah, that's winds up doing a little bit too much damage, and so when you have 30% CDR and you can just kind of.
There's also fully thieves on Cooper right now. Wet Willick Decker.
Seems like a character, and he had.
I wish they could fight way more often.
The change to the ultimate, HP 5 shield, etc. But Vamana sometimes feels in the wrong hands, like just he doesn't do as much as some of the other.
Like it's Vamana anyway.
When you see Baskin play it,
I would say maybe something like a Sunku or something.
Aurora just gonna toss out the epic uppercut to keep Eunited preoccupied.
They could do like some of the same.
While his team continues to work on the objectives, and that's something that Eunited has had a lot of issues so far. When it comes to Splyce, they just can't really gauge what Splyce are truly after, and keep getting distracted by the small prizes instead of the big ones.
And you know, it's funny, you say distracted by the small prizes, but Splyce, they have a Gold Fury, sure, in 17 minutes, but that is not a 6,000 gold lead. A Gold Fury at 15-ish minutes is, you know.
Splyce is pretty far ahead already, man, that's pretty sad.
This is a lead brought to you by the small wins, you know. Little couple of steps ahead, and that's how Splyce have amassed this pretty dominant.
Somebody.
Baskin though blinking in, looking for that armored umbrella.
Nemesis is still somewhat good right now.
He's in danger right now with the Windfire Wheel's gonna dash straight into Ice Baby, but a nice root from Aurora gonna keep both Horus and the Mercury.
Dude, Baskin is 19.
Meanwhile, Baskin tanks up T1 tower, and all of Splyce, they work to bring.
You miss Odin? Nah, Odin is just annoying.
Jungle. Collis is relatively low. Aurora sends him to the sky. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Aurora needed some follow-up. Baskin around the backside could be that follow-up, however late it may be. 1 versus 3 under the tier 2 tower.
Is he dead?
He'll take more damage than he asked for. Benji's here.
He's alive.
He will look to finish him, but he won't be able to find it. Now it's Mercury's turn. Baskin actually
that was too greedy from
chasing
Baskin.
the Mercury. That's that. Solo lane Baskin gets out again. Silver lining.
Not sure I like that, but I guess it's about.
Tier 1 tower does go down, and Chronos
one second or
tier
two.
2 could chunk it.
Keep an eye on Emelita though, because Cyclone Spin and Aurora probably not too happy about this one. Not even gonna worry about the creep, just looking for Emil outright. A nice Changeling transformation for Cyclone's gonna buy him a little bit of time, but Emelina's gonna lose Purification Bead. Cyclone waiting for the Windfire Wheels, and he's got him.
1, 2, 3. Aurora on the ground. That's for me, says the support. And Emil falls down before the tier 2, which is very important. That tier 2 tower is 1,500 gold, and at this moment in time, when you're down this amount, 6,000, that's actually a nice jump back in. So Chronos pushing that tier 2, that was the right plan for Emil. I like the idea.
My dad is still not texting, he's always sending like where he's talking.
Massive though for Emelito. At that point, I feel like when you invest the beads, you should just full commit to the tower.
Yeah,
you're
don't
dead
even look.
Either way, rewind or not, likelihood of Emelito getting bailed out by his team, 0 chance from where they were at on the map, and Emelito, of course, running away himself. I just don't think it was possible.
No, I think you go for the time stop and the focus on the
Can
tower.
you kill him?
Benji here.
I don't think they can kill him. Can they? I should be able to. Okay, Cyclone Spin.
Number 5 for
Holy
Splyce.
shit, Cyclone Spin damage.
I always think of the Apollo and with the mid-season update notes.
They do have Finch already, so they could look for Fire Dine while Baskin is being annoying.
While I focus the tower.
Oh my god, he's actually gonna kill him.
No.
You're talking about the 1 versus 2 while the team does the Fire Giant?
Well, Eunited, they just don't know which way to look. Collis is here trying to play defense on the FG.
Baskin is just
will survive for the moment, but Fire Giant's still sitting at 50%
too big.
HP. Isaac's Baby and Melito now going to try to help out
Full
the efforts
peel.
of their support.
Roy is still tanking Fire Dine, so whenever they get them out, he can they can start Fire Dine again. And Roy just keeps tanking it, so they're ready to do it again. He keeps tanking. So smart of him.
The Morrigan in the carry roll.
Let's see if Ice is gonna steal it though.
Still here. Looking to make this his. Lined up. Too late. Splyce get the Fire Giant. Ice doesn't even have a shot. Aurora could just die here, but Ice more afraid of him than anyone else. Blink. The last shot again. It's 2-0-2.
What a fucking sick thing dug up.
The spam of control though from Splyce is relentless right now for
Dude, this is too crazy, man.
Baby
Holy shit.
didn't even know how to respond. Just blink, juggled around every which direction, and it's almost like there's aggression coming from every side of the map that you could picture. Baskin with the ability to control 2 to 3 members
Holy
of the
macaroni.
They're just having a really tough time responding.
Well, this is fantastic, and this is fantastic work from Splyce. And, you know, it's interesting because Anatoly absolutely nailed the analysis of the desk. Eunited have a team fight composition. The reason they're losing is because Splyce won't let them team fight. There's all these 1 versus 2, 2-on-2, 3v3 duels in the jungle, and this
is he gonna die again now, Benji?
This is just disgusting right now, though. It feels like there's almost always at least one person going up into the air. It's not a Windfire Wheels, it's the epic uppercut.
Or the other Windfire Wheels.
Or it's just Baskin.
And Baskin is soloing 2v1 again, like, they can't do shit.
With them. Eunited are just so split apart. Their best hope is sending him a leader to try and split push himself.
Ice Baby's level 15, Collis is level 14, and Baskin the level 20 Vamana 1v2 in a halfing. As we saw Apwash show up there late. Left
I don't know, bro.
Is under duress.
Did we still play Smite, does he?
Frenzy means fight.
I don't know if he is.
The ultimate looking for the defensive play. Meanwhile, so Big Man Tings will zone players away from the objective itself. Collis dashes back to BMT, and Ice behind enemy lines. No ultimate available for him. So Ice will just be forced to
He's gonna kill Ice now?
Baskin.
He's still streaming just like, oh.
Aurora dashing up, blink.
Just rooted after.
On the mez. Can't do it again for the root. Walled. And Baskin with kill number 3.
The second Splyce get a hold of Eunited, it's just full hook, line, and sinker. There's no opportunity for escape. The blink-ins and the control, it's just gross. And Scream gonna get duped a little bit there by
it's good he waited back in because of the animation.
Back Harpies for the Chronos, and that's crucial for Eunited because they need every last member they can get for this left side Phoenix defense.
He's ultimately into MC to do like all the zoning he can. I don't know if that's worth it. Probably a mana or something would have been better.
But it's not working. Benji's sitting there saying, look at me, and Splyce won't do it. The Phoenix falls down. Benji's in trouble.
I would like to see a mana instead. Or maybe Kronos for full Phoenix damage.
Dark Omen. Left bird is down in the mid Phoenix. Well, it's your turn.
Well, they've got Scream. Scream might not have been joining Splyce in the fights that were taking place over there in duo lane throughout the siege, but all the while he's pushing up those
pretty impressive though.
Re-establishing mid lane pressure in Splyce's favor, but Fire Giant's Fire Giant just only existing on Splyce for a couple.
What are you doing today, Ren? Wait, are you working right now, or are you still on vacation? Ooh, they're all going Baskin. Baskin is no ultimate, that's a pretty good kill. Fire is not up, so they're probably not going to be able to get it. Hello, Sarah! How are you doing today? I need to be back for 1 minute.
And a Frenzy to kill Baskin. They do get a Pyromancer off of it.
But it's a Pyromancer that they can't really use. It's mostly just to try and put somewhat of a stoppage to Splyce, because without Baskin, Splyce don't really have as many opportunities to harass multiple parties at the exact same time, because that was really the big problem for Eunited. You can't have the team fight, of course, if all 5 members aren't around, and with Baskin able to toggle between 2 to 3 of them at a time. Well, tough for United to try and have a response with their carries. And this, for me, Tom, at least, is mostly just United also kind of getting punished for their lack of a consistent front line.
Lack of a consistent front line? Yeah, sure. Kalas, lack of Benji.
Horus is the win more god. I am full on convinced.
Really?
He feels so good from ahead.
Yeah, he does.
But the second that your team falls behind, it's hard to utilize or get any sort of heavy utility, at least, out of his ultimate.
The ultimate, yes. I think the ability to dash to a teammate through walls from a football pitch field away is fine. Some of the other options he's got is nice, but if you're just getting blown up. Big man Tings falls down to the wayside as Baskin just walks at 3 people. Emilito! Benenu finds the shot after Baskin brings him down. Nice baby has to exit stage left. Benji being attacked up on the right-hand side. Collis in the middle of nowhere, not being able to help anybody on the squad. And that is the issue. We can have a conversation.
I had to put some water in my
about
face.
Horus
For
and
some reason,
talk about what he brings to a team and what he
I
doesn't
just
bring to a
feeling
team.
dead
But
for some reason.
Collis has been in between
Eating
these
a
fights. And
big
again,
old baked
bring it
potato.
back to
What are you
Splyce
having
has
next to the
been
potato?
doing. They've transitioned this pick composition
It's still
into a mini fight composition.
delicious.
And they're just going to run it up mid.
I wanna have
They're
a
not
blink.
aiming for the Phoenix.
It does make sense
They're
for him to go
going
blink.
the Titan. The minions have already clocked in, and the Titan falls down. Splyce
Pretty
takes
one-sided
game
game, and I do think a lot of it has to
Not
do
gonna
with
lie, Tom, if you told me that this would have been the end result after how this game started off for Splyce,
With,
I don't think I would have expected it
with
to
Baskin.
collapse that rapidly
Yeah.
for Eunited. It felt like that one first blood against Aurora was all that Splyce were willing to give up in the early game.
Holy shit, dude.
United didn't even get an opportunity to try
Baskin
and
fact, I
force
feel
gank opportunities.
everybody played well, but I feel like
Saw a
Baskin is a
single
big
ice-ice
reason for
baby
why they're
ultimate
winning.
coming from downtown or anything like that. He never had a chance. Baskin was just all over Eunited, and if it wasn't Baskin, well, it was just the entire rest of Splyce
I do
diving
believe
into
so.
the jungle.
There were 3 things that I think went wrong here, Taco, for United. Everything went right for Splyce. I think 1, the pick composition worked out. I said I've got faith in the execution level of these players. The first screen gank, not really what we wanted to see. After that, everything fell into place. 2, late game dominance from Eunited.
Late game dominance.
Don't make it to the late game. And 3,
Send some potato my way, I'll take some potato as well.
let's toss it to the desk to reflect.
Thanks so much, Cassis. Yeah, a dominant game 1 from Splyce there on the docket already. United didn't really seem to get things going there, Tony, whatsoever.
No, not at all. After the first blood that Splyce had, the only redemption that United had was punishing Splyce from the blue buff invade. It was very close for a majority of that early game. We see like a great performance coming out of Cyclone Spin on the Morgan.
And I think the one thing that Taco and Tom were talking about there towards the end was definitely about the lack of front line that United had, a hard front line, so to speak. Because they only really had the Horus and Amateur Mercy, but never really a chance for them to group up and get on the same page there.
The global pressure from Ice Baby wasn't there, and the Horus from Callus was getting punished. Around that Gold Fury at the 14-minute mark, Cyclone Spin actually makes a really good play onto Callus's Horus.
Yeah, tell me
what happens here is that the flank occurs onto Emilito. There was just too much focus fire coming through onto these oracles. We can see that the members out of Eunited here were just too grouped up around here. No one is really paying attention to where is a Cyclone Spin, and this was being dealt without Bumba's Mask. So if we play it from here, we'll see the rotation coming through. Cyclone Spin's going to force out the very early rewind where everyone else from Eunited is going to get flushed into the middle lane. And then from here, nobody else is really making the rotation from the soul lane. The ultimate comes through from Big Man Tings' outpush just to zone, but left high and dry was Callus. Onto this Horus. This was the very first Gold Fury at 15 minutes into the game, which shows how close this game was, because normally Gold Furies are contested a little bit earlier. And then after that point, it was Fire Giant that was being utilized by Splyce to really dominate the game.
Yeah, that timing there was very, very good. And that's one thing that Morrigan always brings in that little replay you showed us there, the ability to flank around the back with the stealth and not be spotted. You've still got to keep track of where your lane opponent is.
And that was without Bumba's Mask for the extra mobility. That was just a normal movement speed Morrigan. Gotta always
What are United doing to switch up things here?
Because Cyclone Spin definitely kept Ice Baby in
Dude,
the
I had
back
like
of
a
his mind.
fucking
He
thing
was
up here that
never
hurts
really
so
in a
much.
position to get ganked in
I'm trying to
that
keep my
lane. There was
headset
this one time
away
where,
from it.
Ice Ice was really looking for that gank at level 5 around the 4-minute mark, but he just could never find it. It kind of delayed his farming a smidge.
Well, it's quarterfinals here today, and obviously the Pro League is best of 5s. These today are best of 3s. So it's a bit of a trickier situation now for Eunited to bounce back. In picks and bans is what it's going to all come down to here. They need to win 2 in a row now to try and advance on to face off against Armada in the semi-finals tomorrow. Funny enough, Splyce going to be the second pick here. United with the first pick option. So we're definitely going to see a different
first pick option.
United choosing to go for that first
take
pick
my mail, let's see if we got some new skins. I haven't even actually used all my old skins.
The way Big Man died that early at level 2, he got his bees really forced out, and then the follow-up route into the Musin Cop damage was too much for him to handle. You gotta allow Big Man things a lot of comfort to start off the game.
And United then going to have a think about what they want to deal with this time round and what they want to take away. Is there anything that you saw
I don't even know what they're going to do
draft that you don't want to deal with as a United? So
I think the Amy pick regardless was just too early.
Picks that you're going to end up having to maybe look to take yourself.
If I'm banning anything, maybe I'm banning away either Morgan or the Kumbhakarna.
I was thinking the Morgan was the one that was on my head, but I'm a bit worried about, like, you know, first banning Morgan. Can you really do that?
No, you're not really going to be able to first ban the Morgan, but Splyce picked it after secondary phase, so you still have that option to do the bans of the secondary.
Now, United in the first game, they did draft that Amaterasu very early. Low lane pressure, and, well, Baskin had the run of the mill, so to speak, over on that right-hand side. Because of it, we'll see if United look to make adjustments based off that. They've taken away Merlin already. Splyce respond with Freya. And now United are like, well, what do we definitely not want Splyce to have in the second phase? That combo option could be available here.
Well, Splyce were feeling confident in giving up Chronos the last time around, so I don't expect a Chronos ban coming through from Splyce. If anything, I'm probably banning away the Musin Cop because honestly, between both of these teams, neither one of them focused on the Jormungandr in that first game.
Very good point indeed. Maybe we'll see some Jormung game 2. Splyce, though, have the option to ban one more pick away from United. AMC is definitely a talking point for sure here. That would leave a couple of things available once more. The Yorm definitely up, but I don't think we'll see too much of it. It could be a possibility.
If it's not a Musin Cop, it's got to be the Najah as well. Like, those are your two go-to picks between these two teams. I think that Scream had a relatively good showing on that guy. Pretty
sure it was Erlang Shen banned by United in game 1, and that's last ban
Yes,
phase,
it was.
Right?
Freya into the Erlang for United.
Erlang's still definitely a good ban option here. If you're playing against Scream from Splyce as well, you probably want to keep that in the back of your mind as well. Splyce going to take away Ratatoska, trying to limit down Ice Baby's options a little bit more here.
That's what they banned away in that first game. They didn't want to have that global
How was game 1?
Splyce
played it fucking clean. Also, Miles, I sent you a DM on Twitter, by the way.
Sonic Boom from Mercury, which didn't really have too much effect. I wanted to see him go for maybe the Erlang now that it's open.
Chronos immediately locked in for United, more than likely into the hands once more of Emelito. And Splyce then get the option of picking up that AMC and the Erlang Shen that gets through the ban phase. Doesn't really surprise me, those two picks.
This is looking already scary for Eunited. I'm favoring Splyce's first two picks over the Chronos. I don't think Emelito popped off the way he needed to warrant such an early Chronos pick. And now the fact that they're leaning it yet again in game number 2, I think there needs to be more ways to get him rolling. I don't think Horus is the way to go this time.
Okay, United gonna go back to some tried and true methods here, I want to say. King Arthur, an aggressive god for Benji, a dominant, potent solo laner, and then the Athena pickup, which is one of Callus's go-tos from years gone by. But funny enough, Ice can play that in the jungle too if required.
He could. I'm a little bit concerned that the King Arthur was picked with the Athena. That should have been maybe Hunbat's Athena instead, because now Ice is
I was reading something, just I'm going to be commenting on pick and ban for soon.
Well, so far, Vamana locked in straight away for Splyce there. Baskin clearly putting his finger saying, I want Vamana again. Let me play the baby.
It worked out well. It's very difficult to contest his clear that last game. Even though Benji was running the Amaterasu for late game team fights, Vamana was doing a good job controlling the lane, being able to get the Totem of Coups, make these rotations. His one pick onto Big Man's Outwash is what set up the Fire Giant, especially after the secondary pick onto Benji.
Yeah, Splyce then going to take away the Darji, so focus some more bans towards Ice Baby that should be going into the jungle here. United then, they're looking to probably take away a Hunter position, so some Cyclone-style gods here.
They could, yeah, Chernobog and Jingwei would be the best go-tos, but the two important gods that last game was certainly Kumbhakarna and Morgan. However, I think Splyce is going to run Erlong in the support lane because they're going to draft themselves the Hunbats to follow, so that might have been a thrown away ban.
I get what you mean there. Or maybe they even take the Naja for themselves too, right? Because Naja's still available here so
Possible.
far. They could run it back again for Scream. I think this next ban from Splyce will give you the idea of what they're going to draft here.
It definitely is important, Naja. So that means probably Hunbats next for Splyce with 4 physical.
Trolling, man.
It's going to be a lot of pressure onto what.
Alright, Splyce picking MC election. They're doing the Vamana again because King Arthur is picked early here. I'm not sure picking the solo laners this early for United is what they should do, because I'm pretty sure after level 8, Vamana is gonna start to do proxy and stuff, and usually that's when King Arthur starts to win the lane. So it's kind of like fucking it up.
Still leading towards Aurora for Erlong. It's like the Spidey sense for whatever reason this particular game.
Well, if it's the Erlang Shen, we should find out right about now. They do still need someone for Cyclone Spin, unless he's going to be piloting that Moose and Cobb. And they may want to hold that final pick for maybe that jungle support switcheroo.
We'll see what happens, but I'm still looking at this jungle pick. Unless it's Erlang Shen in the jungle, of course. If you are going to pick something for Aurora, you can also even draft the Hercules, but that's still going to be for physical.
Artio is the selection here. That should be for the support role, which means
that should be for the support role.
Will be in the jungle position, barring any craziness, because Vamana can jungle as well. We have to keep those options open and talked about, because a lot of the gods these
Artio support Erlang jungle.
Have a lot of flexibility.
Around off the Artio.
Yeah, you never really know, and I like the Artio pick because in Season 5 days, when Aurora was with Divios, they would flex this Artio Cerberus anytime they really wanted to.
Anytime of the day, they would flex it,
goes a real long way in trying to get that initial pick.
Poseidon, very good against the Artio.
Syndicity.
Well,
What do you think about Syndicity?
And the Arachne, this is the last pick here for Eunited. I'm never a fan of Arachne, me personally. I've just never really seen it come to fruition overall, Toli. It's an individual god that
Arachne is pretty good hyper carry when it comes to killing down targets. I just doubt they're gonna be able to be in a position where they can actually get kills on the mana. Who are in Simplicity? Maniac solo, Fails jungle, Death Panda mid, Genetic support, and Streaker by the carry.
And maybe burn some bees. Poseidon can easily follow up. There's a lot of damage from United, but not the most peels if the Athena is the one engaging.
Okay, so it's a Zhong Kui pick here for Splyce at the tail end of their draft. Definitely some flexibility, because funny enough, it's just going through my head that I remember Cyclone Spin has played a bit of Vamana in the duo lane, in the Hunter position before.
Okay.
Vamana against Kronos in the duo lane and have Zhong Kui in the solo lane is a possibility here.
It definitely is, because Vamana can just still safely clear, and once you are level 5 for the Colossal Fury, you can maybe force a bunch of rewinds.
Hello, MX Coachy. How are you doing?
Yeah, Splyce's comp is pretty much everywhere and nowhere at the same time, so it's very hard for us on the desk to go, well, they're definitely going in this position. But I think that's the good thing that Splyce have here, is that flexibility to be able to move around in a surprising.
It's already almost 8. It's actually crazy.
Which lane he goes, and I'm expecting it
hopefully Splyce win this one.
I think that he's going to make the impact with all that AoE damage.
We'll see if that happens. Do you reckon Splyce closes out in 2 games here, Toli?
After going 15-2 in 26.5 minutes, my answer is yes.
Well, most of the time
Splyce draft looking strong. Oh, is that Vamana jungle or what?
Here is a little bit better from my point of view, though, based off what we saw from game 1.
Is Sankui really good into Athena, Poseidon, Arachne?
Athena, Arachne, and King Arthur can all juggle that if required.
I'm still surprised there's no Hunbats.
Well, let's get it over to the casters then.
Shot calls was popping, dude.
For game 2.
Waiting for the PK game. Are you watching all day? I'm gonna be watching the whole day. I might need to go be right back for like 5 minutes.
United was looking like a strong team, I think, during the regular season, but things certainly look very
because my dad is coming home soon.
Kind of on top of their mark. Nice burn and blink, nice and early.
Ow! My elbow.
Instant blink away from Ice Baby before the card tick could actually do any damage against him, but Cyclone Spin on the Zhong Kui ADC, baby, to deal with Kronos.
Oh shit, is Sankui at the carry? What am I thinking about? That's crazy.
Make it to broadcast. I think we were talking about it, but you were mentioning how Snoopy was one of the only carry players that were. We've seen carry players be creative.
Why would he put spiders on debuff, anyways?
All right, or the all-out counter picks. is this an all-out counter pick from Cyclone on top of the Chronos?
I don't view this as a counter pick opportunity.
I think
for
Sun Kui can
Cyclone,
get
but it is
fucking
still
boomed by
a lot
Chronos.
of potential to kind of bully the laning phase away from Emilito. Having that card to full clear the wave, it's going to be kind of difficult. Emilito can somewhat match pacing with Time Rift, but levels 3, 4 onwards, that's going to probably heavily favor Cyclone Spin. And not only that, but he can also just use that card to kind of...
He's rushing boots as well, so that's pretty strong from him.
And if Emel's having to play closer to his tower line, that means it's a lot less likely.
Saga Dogger carry, I like that. Honestly, I like it.
Yeah, I love the ability for the Jean Kui to be able to clear. I think you're absolutely right. And also the burst damage from Exorcism mid rewind. You know, that's something to think about as well. Having a Jean Kui is also... Jean Kui ultimate is one of the better teamfight ultimates. It's so strong. Right now, beads might not be enough for Cyclone Spin. Under the tower is good.
I just stretch fast.
Ice's early level 2 gank.
No hunters at the carry games. Yep. I guess that's why they're buffing hunters. Have you all had any issues gifting subs? I haven't gotten too many gifted subs lately, so maybe a lot of people have issues. You can give subs on phone now. They won't let you go to the car. I got one gifted sub today, so when you give too many in a short span, yeah, if you give too many different, then sometimes it blocks my card. The military's alive, that's good. How many subs am I at? Still 600?
Smart play, though,
I'm expecting to go down to like 300 or something. We're still at 600 right now. I want to stay above 500. It is going to be super hard though. Is he ganking again? That's a long stun. I think they put too much effort into that.
This is 3 times in 1 minute that they tried to jump on the big boy, and
Your advice not doing that? I have no idea what the difference is from debit and credit cards.
That one, at this point, I think you just leave them alone.
I think PayPal is really good to use. That's what I use for everything. Never had any problems.
It's a little surprising, but at the same time, there's really
and it's super easy as well. It just, if you don't have money in your PayPal, it just takes money from your like card straight up. If you have activated your card to be there. Is the big difference between PayPal and Amazon? I've never used Amazon before.
Gone are the days of
your card number was stolen once, so careful. Yeah, but if you have 2 authenticator, 2-step authenticator on Twitch, and without clicking any like sketchy links, I don't see it being hacked.
Both 2 ways, right? Obviously the touch from the game itself, the balance, and also perhaps more importantly, players understanding his strengths.
PayPal blocks gifting after a few, yeah, that's the problem. PayPal actually ends up blocking me as well. Sometimes, I think.
A little bit more familiar with how to
Spam.
play out the matchup if you know that it's a losing one in your favor, or how to just deal with King Arthur in a team fighting situation. Splyce have an
I'm thinking about
I think it might be
not changing direction, but I'm thinking about like maybe changing a bit about how my content should be.
Stop him from being able to outright punish Emil.
Still big damage there.
That's a big wave if you actually force them back. Unluckily, they couldn't force them back.
One of my favorite plays this season, Variety, the 1v4 up by the speed buff there. That doesn't happen.
In what way? I don't know. I think about just going like,
but also you don't
like just start doing like a lot of troll stuff and literally just go fucking crazy on stream.
That's when you know that we're here.
All right. I'm sitting on the tower.
I'm not sure. Like I'm not sure I'm gonna do it. I'm just like been thinking a bit about what can I do to make the stream better and more entertaining, because surely people like the stream and they like my personality and all that. But I see a lot of people like starting not to come back anymore. Which you can't focus on too much. And right now it's also a bit different with like my schedule and all that.
Splyce game number 1, we're able to kind of find pegs and scattering the enemy.
But if I want to get somewhat bigger and and stuff. And maybe I have to like, surely it's Smite as well, so it's hard. How much can I actually do to actually like get up there, right? But I realized whenever I'm gonna stop streaming Smite, I'm pretty sure my stream is gonna be dead. If I keep going this way at least. And my dream is kinda that I wanna continue streaming after Smite is over. Chasing the Fortnite? No. I mean, again, switching game would completely kill my stream.
This isn't safe just yet, though. Emilito actually going to take one of the smaller harpies off those backs, so still keeps track of that timer in case.
Because I do believe that I had the potential to be even bigger than what I am right now, like with all the different people I've seen on my stream. But it's so hard, like in Smite community right now, to cater to the people who doesn't usually watch me. I'm not sure if there's a reason for that, and if it's able to change that from, like, if I'm able to change that, because some people just have a like favorite streamer when it comes to Smite, right, and then they're not gonna watch me whenever that streamer is online. And right now it's like there's always like one bigger streamer online. So Smite is like very hard to. Wow, how did he get that kill? At least this game is getting more equal as well. That's a good knock up into a root as well. They're gonna be able to kill him. Diving him. He's gonna be able to get out as well. Damn, that's not good that Kellis and Ice start there.
But check your corners, man. Just Ice walks in against.
Blinking on him alone. I guess Silence Spam was somewhat around, but
I'm not saying that Ice Baby should have been.
Not sure if we should have blinked him around. Alone.
Around the corner to expect the stinger there, but maybe pathing into mid period was probably
unlucky.
his better judgment there.
I don't know. I think if he goes south, he still dies. There's.
But I don't know. Doesn't it kind of make sense, right?
Right
because if you've seen like all the
you think so?
He's perfectly fine.
Like different people that's been in the stream and some that doesn't end up coming back. Again, I cannot blame it on myself. I feel like as well. But surely there could be a lot of stuff that I could do better on streaming, streaming wise.
What is it about Vamana that's so attractive? Obviously, there's a lot of physical damage.
And with me putting this many hours into it, at this point, it's like, why don't I start doing like more content on YouTube and stuff? I'm literally just sometimes not doing anything, which is just waste of time. That's a pretty good ultimate from Poseidon, not enough damage, gonna first stun. I think I reckon his ultimate here, so he's not gonna die.
But a big play from Aurora there, just making sure to land the stun, keep his teammates both safe and sound from Big Man Tings' follow-up and
safe and sound. Looking for speed buff, actually warding it. Is it worth warding speed in that position instead of warding back cams? Maybe they overhead the time on back cams and the mana might be looking for next speed buff. We'll see. Sunkui is going into Warlock stuff, so he's going to be somewhat tanky. And since he's in dual lane, he will have time to stack it. Also, it's summer right now? Oh yeah, I'm not thinking about right now. Right now it's not what I'm thinking about, because I know like in the start of the end of June into like the whole July is just it's just less viewership. Like it's summer and stuff. Sarah already gifted this up to the Ola Bear. It worked. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. I'm not thinking about right now. I'm just thinking about like in the future. Because right now, watching MSI, surely that I'm not gonna be able to get a lot of viewers. But when I'm not, like when I'm streaming Smite and stuff and doing ranked, surely I get like the 100 viewers almost every time, and sometimes goes up to 200 and all that, which is good. But surely there's potential for me to get more. This version on Safari. Wait, you should be able to gift a mobile app. Wait, it depends what phone you have. If you have Android, you can do it. Android can gift from phone, yeah. It's weird that they did it with Android first over Apple. I feel like Apple is usually fast with everything, but it's kinda changing the other way around, right? Because Apple processes so long, whereas Android process with apps and all that is a bit faster. I reckon Ultimate just every time for defensiveness.
stuck in this duo lane, the long lane, for 17 minutes like we see every
What's up,
game.
Scotty? Sneebius, how you doing, buddy?
The downside to this item is how long it takes to both build and stack up.
Oh, you're on iPhone?
Especially if you're Cyclone Spin, he's already got a 21 stack lead over Emilito.
Are you at work today, by the way, Sam?
Prioritize the CDR boots rush straight into the Warlock.
Tablets, iPad Pro all the way.
Pretty well so far.
Yeah, I would say iPad Pro as well for tablet. Phone, I don't really care. I do think it's easier to have iPhone though.
Since he opted for that Blink First Relic Splyce,
Amazon Pay it is from now on. I never heard about Amazon Pay actually.
trying to force that ult.
But right now I'm almost just saving all my money, and then when I go back to the US, I think I'm gonna be shopping a lot of new clothes. Like get a lot of new clothes. Because the clothes I have right now is just like I haven't been buying anything for like 2 to 3 years. Like not anything, like not too much. And it's like maybe it's time to get some new clothes. Who got gold? Who got gold? Oh, Splyce got gold. Kraken is down, and Baskin Ultimate is down. Maybe they can get out. I'm pretty sure Roy's dead here. Yeah, that's how it is. Apple pencil is expensive as fuck. How much does it cost? I mean, Apple extra peripherals are usually pretty expensive. Apple Watch. Oh, I actually wanted to get an Apple Watch when I used to go to school. Let's go shopping. I'm down. I don't know what my budget is gonna be yet, but I kind of want to like almost just get everything new. Nah. So that's not how it works for me. Okay, if there's a cool Gucci shirt, I'm not denying that I maybe would buy it, but I'm not gonna go out there and buy like that expensive stuff. I like to shop in H&M. I like ASOS. Like I love to buy cheap stuff and have like a lot of different, because I don't think the cost of a thing is defining how good I think it looks. And I'm not a hype beast at all.
Very tight scenario there. Cyclone Spin losing the tier 1 tower is not the end of the world.
I like to have like, when it comes to t-shirts, I like to just have like a basic white t-shirt, a bit oversized or something. I'm fine with that. Have some nice jeans or something. 500 for repair boost, you just love. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would like to spend that much money.
Could be all the extra little buff that big man teams needed to really prosper, and not only that, but Cyclone Spin's also more vulnerable. He has to push out a little bit further. That gives.
We lose fit grinded for work for one. He still says it's worth 2 years later. I mean, the one thing is that you can make yourself kinda look rich without really being rich with clothes, right? And that way you can probably like get like attention. You can probably like surely you can get more attention that way with having. Do people like that clothes? It's like surely they find it more attractive when another like guy has that clothes on, right? But then again, it fast up. It ends up being like quite fake fast, I would say.
He was the original king of split push once upon a time ago, and Chronos
if that makes sense. I'm not saying that it's like that for every scenario, but surely that's like what it's about a bit at least.
Because there is a chance that ML chooses just not to rotate, period, and he just split pushes his brains out and takes a T2 tower. And if Splyce
Converse and Vans. I actually like both of them. I have Nike shoes right now. I have them for a long time. But if there's anything if there's any clothes I like a lot, then surely I'm not gonna deny I'm not gonna buy it even if it's expensive. But I don't think I could see myself paying like $300 for a t-shirt. I don't think I can.
But if somebody's gonna have all the death stacked onto them, I think assure you that Aurora wanted to be him. Baskin, on the other hand, not so much. Trying to go into the big baby core and buy himself a little bit of time, but it's just...
Eunited is kind of doing some stuff right now. Some cool split push is pretty shit as well. I don't know if they can do Fire Down.
That's what Kronos is saying right now, man. You got the combination of the mage rage with those two.
Screamer's no ultimate. Does he have beats for Phoenataunt? He does. They have Kraken though.
Fire Giant down to 10%. There are some members in red here.
Splyce stole it.
They take the Fire Giant.
Splyce stole it.
Take Scream. Benji lined up to take Venenu, and he will. Aurora sent back home as well. Double kill.
It's still super good for United, but now this fight on is delayed. Fuck, they stole it.
Cyclone's been trying what he can.
Some joggers can look professional. Yeah, sure. You could also get like pants that feels like joggers, but they look like dress pants.
Probably a better way to put it. I don't think that they could necessarily snatch it. United still fell a little bit too far out in front for Splyce to want to fight just yet,
but also I do think it's like it can be somewhat important to like, okay, I don't go out that much, right? But if I end up going out a lot, surely it's somewhat important to have like some nice clothes, but most importantly clothes that you find yourself comfortable in. I feel like that's quite important if you go out a lot, at least. I don't really go out that much. When it comes to stream, I mean, surely if you're a good looking guy and you can make yourself look better, I mean, that way you can get more views as well if you think about that. When it comes to Instagram, surely looking nice and taking care of yourself is a good thing. Just taking care of yourself overall, just for like for personal reasons, is super good as well. Urban Outfitters? Is that joggers or what we're talking here? Oh, the Kraken did no damage because Cyclone's been against that. Benji in the back is alone right now. Venenu is level 13, he's not going to be doing a lot of damage. But Cyclone is pretty far ahead, is he going to be able to get any kills though? I'm not sure. I don't like the Sanku, man. But maybe when they get to late game, it's going to be good.
Just yet, and this is part of the reason why Aurora's the one who dies, but it's Splyce who's healthy enough to stick around and take the objective after the fact.
The catfish though. Wait, what?
Help out Splyce even further on those future Fire Giant sieges or steals.
Or steals. You're absolutely right. I really thought United was gonna peel there. They did it. Basket, taunted, and just jumped.
Yeah, I mean this is what I think about Direct as well. They actually have a guard now that has like a lot of DPS to a front line like Vamana. And also Poseidon has a lot of DPS.
Not anything to hang a hat on here, Taco, but something United feel confident enough to walk into the jungle with.
This has been a very back and forth match though in terms of...
But fuck man, the shirt sucked. Yeah, I've seen a few scenarios where like clothes that just sucks when it comes out in reality. Yeah, I don't know what kind of style I want to go for when I like if I go out and shop. Surely getting some comfortable clothes, but I mean if it ends up me having to go out right now, I mean the clothes I have is not really that nice either. But I don't really want to buy like shirts and like fine dress pants and all that. That thing was almost a crop top. What the fuck? You made him buying a t-shirt and you get like a crop top. Unlucky.
Somewhere in between.
Because the goal there is to be in the middle of the team fight, and of course he is going to be tankier than you.
Unfucking lucky.
And that's the biggest part when we talked about that Fire Giant.
Does Sanku have blink? Sanku doesn't have blink, so that's not even a good engage.
Cyclone wasn't there. When you're missing your you see that a lot, right? Carry, split pushing, 4-man fight someplace else, and that's all well and good. You think about what
Venenio's too far behind as well.
Cyclone spin as a Jean Kui. That is a presence. That's a team fight strategy to some squads.
Hello, Susie.
I think Eunited have been able to find these minor wins here and there.
Where's Devious? He got replaced.
I think it's going to be kind of devastating.
What's up? No, I was watching MSI. Waiting for my dad to come home, then I need to be right back for a bit. Yeah, fight and stop soon. I like to see that United is doing a lot of work. Also, the Erecti pick was just perfect into to almost every guard on the enemy team.
This is kind of an interesting build here. You've got the golden blade to clear. You kind of need that pretty much.
A massive after dinner dip now, man. Yeah, what is that supposed to mean? You always either cooking or talking about food or eating food, Sissy. I've seen the pattern, man. I've seen the pattern.
So I like the idea.
Eilish scares you? Bill Eilish?
We'll see how this one works out. But Erecti's passive is baby chins. And then you
She got some. She got her own style, doesn't she?
extra tanky anyway. Extra HP.
She's pretty young. Yeah.
Baskin is problematic as well.
Hopefully she doesn't end up getting fucked up. It usually happens with like young actors like that, or singers.
Mid to late game tank shredder with this build. So I like the
I don't know if she's already fucked. I don't really follow her, but hopefully she doesn't get fucked up and start doing like a lot of drugs and all that.
Prior to the next big team fight engagement, I'm mostly looking to him to accomplish those stacks from picks alone, because that's one thing that Eunited have certainly opened up for themselves in game 2. It definitely feels like they're actually closing out on kill.
I'm pretty excited for Simplicity Dignitas as well. Kind of happy thing that they do. I like to cook as well. I'm not the best chef, obviously. I don't really like to put too much time into other things right now when it comes like to streaming and all that. Which is pretty like also stupid, I feel like. Cause like surely should do stuff that I enjoy as well. Kraken, we didn't lose that. Athena Poseidon just too strong together. What's a Daniel? You will try not to talk about food? Wait. I don't have anything against you talking about food. I was just pointing out that it's a pattern, and I thought that was pretty funny. What did you have for dinner, Susie? I was not trying to say that you should not talk about food.
Trying to poke their heads into the jungle to figure out where exactly Eunited are grouped up at, but the second that you go a little bit too far in,
if you can keep running.
Stuck without a lifeline. Now Scream on the run for his life.
Someone buy a revealing ritual. 11-4, and Eunited are taking their 7-kill lead to the bank. Watch out, here comes Splyce.
Honestly, this could be a fucking fight. Baskin ultimate. Big man is dead here. He has hasty katana. He can't run from him.
Big man Ting's getting walked at by Baskin. Has access to the abilities one more time.
Keller's trying to backtrack an ultimate. Isis baby is too insane. Isis damage. They didn't get fired on this.
Goes down on screen, and Eunited, they're able to deter the fight, but Splyce, I'm checked. I thought Splyce had stopped the fire giant attempt, but Eunited comfortable as anything. As
Not a guarantee though. Aurora gonna blink past Benji, but Benji still trying to prevent Benani from coming into the fire giant pit. Aurora looking to focus out Ice Ice Baby. He's gonna force another reset.
They're not getting it again.
Keep in mind, Scream's about to rejoin the engagement.
Scream from the left side,
they can kill Eunited here. Eunited Egg is down. Dude, this game has actually gotten insane now. This game can go to everybody now. I think Scream is killing Benji here. That's torn down. They have to chase Benji. That's a kill. Push tower after. I don't think they get fired down here. Oh, tower would have died.
Splyce again. Stop the momentum.
And a lentil soup.
They are just not letting Eunited have anything.
Splyce is playing this so well. One thing I think Archie should get is either a Manda Discord or Maggie's Cloak next. Because Man Discord that does the... So he doesn't get CC to death in one combo. And Magus is like, so it doesn't just get comboed straight up. But I don't think it's gonna be a lot of value anyways. 2 days to check this score. Come on, Ren. Disrespectful. Are they actually gonna do this? That's Frenzy Pop, they're committing to the fire down. That's cracking down as well. Ice is gonna ultimate to get out. They're gonna chase Kellis here. Using ultimate for Kellis so he can ultimate out. Big Man is no actives. He could actually die here maybe. That's slow on Kellis from Sun Kui. This game was still one side of a Splyce? No. Eunited was kinda winning. If Splyce didn't steal the fire down, I do believe that they would have lost. It is live? I'm live, and also MSI is live, yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that Ice Baby, Collis, neither of them has elected for this Windblade option just yet, and when 4 out of 5 members from Splyce can easily toggle it, kind of surprising.
Baskin is in trouble here, and this is that chin side build, but he's not in as much trouble because he's got the homies. Nice pin over the wall. Cyclone gets Ice for his trouble, and we're gonna be stunned out if Aurora catches up. There's the cripple. There's the taunt. Surrounded and astounded. That's what we are. It's Bastion just coming right on back. This looked like a poor game for Bastion. He was picked off multiple times. He tried to do what he did in game 1, and then turns around. 2, 3, and 2.
That's a sad one.
Splyce up 8,000 gold. Turns around. The black and yellow are down in kills. They're also down to frag. They are going to the top.
Well, at this rate, Eunited definitely has their MSI tournament series on the line. Because Splyce, they want this left side Phoenix, and with only 3 members of Eunited here to play defense.
I don't know, dude.
First one's in. Scream, though, actually tanking the
yeah, I do believe instead of King Afro having Blink, I also do believe he should have Ank. Back to work. Alright, Sarah, do have fun at work if you can have that, and also thank you for the gift sub. Do appreciate that.
There's so many slows on Splyce, they're afraid of their own slows, and Scream grabs the wing blade. Joking, of course. You gotta watch out for.
Surely Cursed Ank would have been sick here.
I'm with you, Taco. Winged blade is. I understand it doesn't have every stat like it used to, but it's.
Is Warlock's good now?
Damn good.
I mean, it's alright for dueling AD carries. Other lanes, not really.
Can actually create some distance. All of these disengages have. It's not that they haven't been clean from United, but. Screen getting picked here off of Inman.
Can you get mid Phoenix before? Get mid Phoenix and get out. That's fine. They just run now.
I thought that was big for Eunited, but it just opened the door.
Oh, Blink on a roll there. That's insane. Give more subs to now that I actually can. Woo! Dap. Are they fighting again? Actually fighting again? Isaac could die here. Isaac's dead. I thought United had this game.
Now all the Splyce looking to continue giving chase. Baskin's gonna catch up, no problem.
80% of the Titans so far. Meanwhile,
Baskin's not gonna be able to die here as well.
Splyce have the upper hand. Benji half HP. Collis half HP. The Titan half HP. 25% to go, and that's it. We'll see you later. The world champions.
What the fuck?
In the middle of the mid-season invitational.
A convincing set win as well for Splyce.
Holy shit.
Game 2 started off looking right for Eunited, but Splyce, they did the same thing to us even. They had us all looking one direction and then completely pulled out the full stops from the other side. And Eunited, I mean, I'm sure their heads still have to be spinning. That aggression from Splyce was all over the place.
Hola, thank you for the follow.
Was decided by that first Fire Giant steal, but that was a really big deal. Splyce were able to pick up the momentum and able to go ahead and take care of business just really
What is he doing to his shirt?
Just stop Eunited from winning. And I know that sounds, you know, that's a granted. Come on, Taka. Everybody says that all the time. But quite literally, if Eunited gets that Fire Giant, they're able to maintain their snowball potential and could have possibly even looked to have ended that game a lot sooner. Instead, Splyce just not willing to budge.
Not at all. This is a team that...
It sucks when you're losing and you have to shake your hands after.
They win the end of last season, and they're just continuing after some tweaks right now. We'll ask the desk how they feel.
Well, game 2 definitely a lot better than game 1 from United's point of view. The other game was all about United there. The problem was that Splyce battled back into it, Tolly. Where did it go wrong?
I think that Cyclone Spin's rotations eventually made an impact alongside Aurora's control with that RDO. It all came down to the fire.
That's a fast set.
Which we'll get to in a little bit.
And those Fire Giants as well definitely made an impact. But United got off to an early lead. They seemed to be pretty potent in a lot of the lanes. A lot of focus on Baskin, making sure he was out of the fray for a while. And at first I was like, well, you know, Benji on the King Arthur, he didn't die till very late on in this game. And then also Kaz having a great time on this Athena.
United definitely did a better job this time around with Emilito's performance on the Chronos. It definitely justified the first pick. A lot of player damage coming out of him. The taunts from Callus setting up Big Man, and also Ice Baby in the early to mid game wasn't enough, because after that 5-man rotation to kill Baskin on the right side of the map, United was confident enough to start that very first Fire Giant where things started to go downhill. Aurora showed up here at the very last second with the blink and steals it with the bear swipes.
Oh, it was the Aurora that stole this
Scream
one?
was there, but there comes Aurora.
Look at the hero they needed, not the one United
Oh my
deserved.
god, dude.
And that kind of evened things up momentarily. United did win the fight off that, Tolly.
That's right.
But then again, the second Fire Giant, this one, is where United seem to be getting a bit discombobulated.
And if we play from here, just look at Aurora yet again. United are having flashback because Aurora is going to make his statement.
I like the arrows here. Also, that blink.
Is going to be Benji, but Aurora's already distracting everyone.
That blink is quite lucky to get off.
Attention. And now, if we slow it down here a little bit, look at the attention of every member coming through. They're all looking this way. And you know who they're not paying attention to?
Scream.
Is Scream right there, flanking on the backhand side. If we play at normal speed from here, we're just going to see the flank, the double taunt, the setup. Eventually, the chase down happens onto Benji for the secondary kill, and this is the point where Splyce get back into the game.
I'll tell you, if only United had those arrows available to them in the game, if only they would have looked at the arrows, they would have been okay. United then fall down 2-0 to Splyce, who advanced to face off Armada in the semi-final.
Oh my god. Splyce versus Armada. Is that tomorrow? It is, yeah.
A little bit closer than it looked overall.
I thought it would have been a little bit closer. Not a 2-0 in 26.5 minutes and then 29 minutes in game number 2. But at the end of the day, Splyce just seemed like a totally different team from what they started off with Divios and you know,
crazy game today, dude.
And Sino. The synergy that
What's next? It's Dick versus Simplicity.
is certainly there.
Well, that definitely was a nice little toss-up between the two to find out exactly who would advance on, because United and Splyce both with roster changes this year. And now they've booked their place into the semi-final to face off against Armada tomorrow. Meanwhile, though, we've still got 2 quarter-final matches to play through today. The second SML team available on display today is Simplicity. And they're going to have to take on the boys of Dignitas. So we're going to see another SML team advance, you reckon?
That would be
Armada won. Armada won.
All about that if that happens.
They won 2-0 even.
Splyce are standing by with an interview to talk about how they won that set.
Splyce? Talk about ripping off their sweatshirts. You should after that game. Baskin and Aurora here representing Splyce. Talk me through game number 2, because that seemed to be a little bit rough. What happened there in the early stages?
Well, early on it was fine actually. They got they got more farm than us. They were doing a better job farming, but we were winning the fights early on. Like Athena dashed in mid a couple times. We were able to kill her. We traded me out one time, so it was like 4-1. But then they took up. I feel like it was more like in that like mid game transition is when they started like getting a lead and picking us off. They just grouped up faster than us, and they just abused their team comp with Athena taunts.
What's up, Blood Pearl? What's good, man?
Well, moving forward for
How's
you
work
guys,
today?
after beating United here today, what are
This
some of
isn't
your
the
thoughts
interview.
about facing off against Armada next?
Meerkat specifically?
Yeah, we were debating about whether we should show up tomorrow or just give them the win. I don't know. It's definitely going to be a rough set for us, but hopefully we can pull it out.
It's actually crazy that they won
Yeah,
today.
it's actually so crazy.
Yeah, you got to give them a lot of props for sure. Like, because Rival would definitely showed up wanting to win because it's like an important event. It's the second most important event of the entire year, so they're not going to come troll. So you got to give them a lot of credit. Mask was going crazy. It was fun to watch. So
yeah, I guess it's safe to say now because Rival's knocked out. But if I were like betting on this tournament, I would say Rival was going to win like a week before because they were looking so good.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying. That like I was asking people or just getting people's opinions. Everybody was like, Rivals just seems like the best team, and I thought they were good too. But no team's beatable here or unbeatable here. No team's beatable. No team's beatable.
No one wins.
Not a single team can be beaten. Everybody's gonna draw every single game. But no, I meant unbeatable. But yeah.
That's not the attitude we're used to from Aurora. Which is my last question here. You know, you guys win the World Championship. You come into the season kind of sluggish, honestly. Make some changes. Obviously, Baskin's here temporarily, but there seems to be more wind in your sails, just even on the face of you guys. What's the thought process here for Splyce right now?
Yeah, the one thing I want to say, it doesn't pertain to the question, I guess, but I want to give a lot of credit to Cyclone and Kabam for not giving up and continuing to try their best and continuing to play and help the team at the highest level they can possibly help the team at. Cyclone's been playing great this entire split. He's looked amazing. Kabam's been a great help as well, as usual. And it seems like the roster changes didn't really get them down, and they're able to work through it.
I mean, it is pretty rough when you're a world champion team and then you're on the team, you lose a few of your players, and then you have to pick up other players, right? That you might not believe in as much as you did on your other players. So that scenario is like kind of rough. But yeah, they pull out to be